In the Kingdom of Eredor, history isn't something that's just remembered. It's built. It's a story, carefully crafted with heroes and monsters, light and dark. But what happens when that story has been told for so long that the truth just gets washed away, turned into a convenient lie? We're about to dive into a world where an entire kingdom might be built on a total misunderstanding, on a forgotten flame.
And this right here, this one sentence, pulled from the ashes of the past, is the key to everything. It's the central puzzle of our entire story. It hints at a truth so deep, so powerful that it could unravel 500 years of history. So let's figure out what this actually means for the Kingdom of Eredor.
Okay, so to really get what's going on now, we have to rewind. We have to start with the official story, the epic tale that the Kingdom of Eredor has been telling itself for 5 centuries. This is the story that defines absolutely everything for them. I want you to picture this. You walk into the royal castle and bam, there's this enormous, incredible tapestry. It shows a heroic king, sword raised high, slaying this terrifying dragon that's breathing pure black fire. But here's the thing. This isn't just a piece of art. Oh no, this is propaganda 101. It's the very foundation of the kingdom's identity, the reason they celebrate what they proudly call the Age Without Dragons. So the state doesn't just call dragons monsters. That's not official enough. They've given them a title, the Great Calamity. And this term is drilled into every single citizen. It's a constant reminder that dragons are nothing but pure, world-ending chaos. It's a classic move, right? By defining your enemy, you unite your people. This official history is what holds their entire world together. But what is that world actually like 500 years later? All right, let's shift gears. We're leaving that glorious, heroic past behind and dropping into the grim, quiet reality of the present. Because for all this talk about a prosperous age without dragons, the Kingdom of Eredor is, well, it's dying. Slowly. They call it the Gray Shadow Blight, and this isn't some natural cycle. It feels wrong, like a sickness in the very soul of the land. It's starting at the kingdom's heart, with the giant world tree, Yggdra. Its roots are literally turning to stone. Its leaves, once bright green, are just crumbling into dust. But it's not just the tree. The whole world is losing its color. Winters are getting longer, colder. Crops are failing. There's this sense of dread hanging over everything, and nobody knows why it's happening. So when your world is falling apart from some invisible sickness, you look to your leaders for an answer. And Eredor's ruler, the Iron-ruled Duke, he has an answer. And it's simple, powerful, and brutally effective. He blames the past. He says it's the dragon's evil, lingering like a poison in the soil for 500 years. And to fight this ghost, the Duke created the Purification Tribunal. I want you to think of them as history-erasing stormtroopers. They march around in black iron armor with one single mission: find and destroy anything connected to the old world. We're talking dragon fossils, ancient books, old magic. If it's old, it's branded pollution and it has to go. And the way they do it is chillingly efficient.
They've got this down to a science. 3 simple steps: locate, declare, and destroy. They find something, label it as old pollution, and then just erase it from existence. But this is about so much more than wiping out history. It keeps the public afraid. It makes them believe the blight is a dragon's curse. And that's the genius of it, right? Because they never stop to ask the most important question. What if the blight isn't caused by a dragon's presence, but by its absence? But of course, there's always someone who doesn't buy the official story. A lone figure, a disgraced scholar, living in the slums, who is literally piecing together a different history from the ashes of what the tribunal burns. This is Elion. He used to be the head scholar at the Royal Library, but he was exiled for digging into things he wasn't supposed to. Now he lives in this tiny room, surrounded by burnt, half-destroyed books he's rescued from the tribunal's fires. And somewhere in those forbidden pages, he finds it. Something that turns 500 years of history completely on its head. And here's the bombshell. The kingdom's entire history talks about one kind of dragon fire, the pitch-black fire of destruction. But Elion discovers there was a second type, a flame of life. An ancient text describes it as gentle, life-giving, something that nurtures all things and creates an aura of vitality. And in that moment, the central lie of Eredor becomes crystal clear. They didn't just kill a monster. They extinguished the source of the world's life. So, as Elion looks out his window at the dying world tree, he's left with this one haunting question. Everyone believes the flame is gone for good, but he's holding on to this tiny, fragile sliver of hope. Is it possible that somewhere, hidden away, an ember of that life-giving flame still remains? And if it does, what could just one spark mean for a world that's slowly fading into gray?